Hillary Clinton released her book. It's called What Happened? And by the way, it was all smiles earlier today while kicking off the first part of a book tour, signing copies right here in New York City. But tonight, Clinton should be anything but happy because this book, and the media won't tell you, is full of nothing but excuses, lies, and, to use a phrase, fake news. Now, Crooked Hillary, as the president calls her, is in complete denial about why she actually lost this election. Now, let's take a list at the long list of Clinton excuses that our colleague and friend Greg Jarrett has put together. Look at this. Clinton has up to now given 32 reasons for why she lost. And the list grows and grows and grows, and no person, no thing is spared. Now, Clinton has blamed everyone and everything but herself and her terrible campaign for this defeat. Instead of writing a tell-all book, Clinton could have saved herself a lot of time and just take a long look in the mirror. But of course, this is Hillary Clinton we're talking about. She'll never pass up an opportunity, A, to make money, and B, cast blame on others. It's exactly what Hillary Clinton did in an interview with CBS this weekend. Just take a look at this.
Analysts who I have a great deal of respect for, like Nate Silver, burrowed into all the data and said, but for that Comey letter, she would have won. But even though that was the primary blow to my campaign at the very end, it has to be looked at in context with the Russians weaponizing information, negative stories about me, this whole WikiLeaks beginning to leak in early October of John Podesta's emails. Facebook was taking money from Russian companies to run negative stories about me. And then let's not forget sexism and misogyny, which are endemic to our society.
Misogyny, the last one. Now, these examples are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Clinton blaming others for why it is that she lost. Now, in this new book, Hillary actually criticizes the liberal mainstream media for all the scandals surrounding the Clinton Foundation. Now, listen to this.
I knew from experience that if I ran for president again, everything Bill and I had ever touched would be subject to scrutiny and attack, including the foundation. That was a concern, but I never imagined that this widely respected global charity would be as savagely smeared and attacked as it was. During the campaign, there was twice as much written about the Clinton Foundation as there was on any of the Trump scandals.
She's now painting herself as the victim. She's completely out of touch. Let's set the record straight. Let's give you the truth. She's out of touch with the facts surrounding the Clinton Foundation. Now, take a look at the side of the screen. The Clinton Foundation took millions and millions of dollars from countries like Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, the UAE, and others. You know, countries that treat women, gays, lesbians, Christians, and Jews horribly. Saudi Arabia, remember, women can't drive. They need permission to work or to travel. Marital rape in these countries, in many of them, is not recognized. If you're gay or lesbian, many of those countries, the punishment is death. And by the way, you're not allowed to build a church or a temple in Saudi Arabia, for example. That would be illegal. And that's just the one country of the many that the Clintons have taken money from. Not to mention all the allegations of pay to play at the Clinton Foundation. You may remember back in August of last year when the AP published a story with the headline, quote, many donors to Clinton Foundation met with her at state. And the report details, quote, more than half the people outside the government who met with Hillary Clinton while she was Secretary of State gave money, either personally or through companies or groups, to the Clinton Foundation. Wow, you donate and you get a meeting. And then, of course, the Uranium One deal. As her tenure as Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, she was one of 9 people to approve the transfer of up to 20% of America's uranium, you know, the foundational material for nuclear weapons, to who? Vladimir Putin, the Russians. Wow, there is a real conspiracy. And then people involved in that deal ended up kicking back as much as $145 million to the Clinton Foundation. Oh, and Bill Clinton doubled his speaking fees in Moscow. So, sorry, Hillary Clinton. The media, Republicans, they're not to blame for all the corruption at the Clinton Foundation. And by the way, you and your husband are. And next, of course, Hillary's excuse for her email server scandal. In her book, What Happened, she actually attacks the New York Times, over their coverage, blaming them. Listen to this.
The Times, as usual, played an outsized role in shaping the coverage of my emails throughout the election. To me, the paper's approach felt schizophrenic. It spent nearly 2 years beating me up about emails, but its glowing endorsement applied some sanity to the controversy. Then in the home stretch of the race, when it mattered most, the paper went right back to its old ways.
All right, again, let's tell the truth and let's set the record straight. That's laughable because, remember, WikiLeaks exposed the New York Times as only one of the many mainstream media outlets, interestingly enough, except the Fox News channel, that was caught red-handed. They were colluding with the Clinton campaign. Now, the reason her emails became such a big story is because Clinton broke several laws. Remember, she had secret, top secret, special access program and classified information on her server, you know, the server stored in the bathroom of a mom and pop shop. Now, the FBI also told us that it's likely that up to 5 foreign intelligence agencies gained access to every single classified email and every special access program email on that server. And it even gets worse. Remember, Clinton's team deleted 33,000 emails using BleachBit. In other words, acid wash, after being served with a congressional subpoena. Now, an aide also smashed those old mobile devices with a hammer. We can't get the emails from there. And then to top it all off, members of Clinton's legal team, remember, they did get the FBI BlackBerries, but those BlackBerries didn't have SIM cards in them, rendering them meaningless. Now, there's also the fact that Clinton changed her story and lied every step of the way when it came to her use of a private email server. Now, this is all pathetic. And Clinton is delusional. The media won't tell you. She can't come to grips with the reality. She was a terrible candidate, no message, no vision for the American people. And by the way, she didn't even bother to campaign in swing states like Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania.